And we are live.
All right. What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos Kushrimada from the channel Frost and Fist, a.k.a. the darling one, a.k.a. the lovely one, a.k.a. the favorite on this entire channel of Wargamer Online.
Yeah, you see, we mute people that yammer on, stuff like that. So, I like it like that. Oh, hey, you're back.
Well, hello there. And this guy is...
Hey guys, how's it going? Archer.
It is Brother Archer. You guys see him in the chat.
What happened? What the heck happened? Oh, oh my God. Where did Mythos go? Oh.
This is what happens when you run your mouth and start talking noise.
Oh my God.
But you guys see him on the chat every single week in the chat, and it's awesome to have him join us. And he is joining us today not only as an amazing hobbyist and part of our community, but as the creator of the 100% True Elucidation Facts.
Right, that's right. He is actually a major contributor. And by the way, I am Freak, a.k.a. Chop Liver, a.k.a. Nobody, a.k.a. the stuff that's underneath someone's bottom of their shoe, size 10.5. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. You have to ask.
It is so good to have you guys in the chat with us today. And it's only awkward if you let it be awkward. So, you know.
That's true. So, yeah.
Archer, my brother, as our guest today, would you mind giving the chat kind of a part of your experience as a hobbyist? You know, give us a little bit of your story.
Whoa. Hold on. Why is he muted? Hold on. He's... Oh, this is great. Can't hear you, Archer. And he's not muted on our system here, so... And he's still talking. I don't think he can hear us.
I can hear him. Can you not hear him?
No, I cannot.
Archer, can you hear Freak?
Can you hear me, Archer? I see his lips moving.
That's weird. I can hear both of you, so that's weird.
That is so... Okay. Never an ending... Don't moment here. Hold on. Let me mute and unmute here. I can barely hear him in the background. It's like background noise.
If it's in the background, you might be picking him up on my mic.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. I think when you left, it jacked up the deal here. All right. Crap.
Did I ever tell you I hate touchpads on keyboards?
All right, let me do this. I'm going to lock. Okay, Archer, let's get you to. Archer, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can't hear me. Can he hear you?
Yeah, you can hear me.
Okay, ask him to go ahead and bug out and then jump back on.
You mind popping out, popping back in, see if that fixes the connection? Sorry, brother. James Meek is in the house.
What's up, brother?
We got Omegon the Outcast. We have a whole Primarch in the chat here. We got X-Gear Commander. We got, of course, Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak. We got Dark Light Dreamer. Got all these beautiful people in the chat.
Oh my. Oh man, what a day.
There we go. This looks better.
Okay, yeah, I can hear him now. So let's see if we can.
All right. I don't know what you guys did, but I can see both of your lips move, and I can't hear either of you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine.
Freaking hate you. All right. Let's see if we can do this. All right. All right. Sound check with everybody. Everybody good?
Mythos,
I can hear you.
Mythos, I hate you. Okay. For the record. All right. Everybody's good. All right. Love Archer. Hate you, Mythos. All right. All right. We're good. All right. We can start. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Freak the Anger, the Omnissiah, Omegon, because usually people like me. So
Where's the mute button again? Oh,
But
God.
Freak, directly serves the machine gun as it is, being an IT dude and all.
You gotta understand, man. This has been going on for a long time, right? I mean, we tell stories, and then I try to explain to him. So look, man, it's just so crazy. He's got this incredible luck. I mean, he can do no wrong wherever he goes, and like he can assassinate the freaking Pope. Okay. No, not like he's gonna do it, guys. So no, nothing against the Pope, no shade on the Pope. So please don't leave us if you're really into the Pope. Okay, I'm just saying, if he goes and takes out the Pope, he goes in there and they're like, oh, it's okay, he had it coming. It's all right, we still love you. And yes, he will get free pie. Wherever he freaking goes, he will get pie. I go over there.
So after last week's show, James Meeks, I did get free pie. I did get about 4 free glasses of Thai tea and a free Thai coffee while we were out chatting. So, I have been getting some free stuff.
So I mean, the thing is, if I were in a similar situation or even come close, like let's say I go to Italy, I'll get arrested. But you tried to assassinate the Pope. No, I just wanted to go see them. I'm a tourist. No, you're a terrorist. No, you're a terrorist. I will kill you. No, what for what? This happens to me all the time, and tell you, okay, watch. This happens every freaking time, and so yeah. Today we jumped on our good brother Phil. Good guy, Wargaming Online, great guy. I like him. I still like him, and so it was from the last time he was on that I was you saw me, right? I was doing all the technical stuff, and I get in the zone and. I'm one track, like I don't hear anything. I'm hyper focused on one thing. I hadn't realized that he was talking to me. And he goes, freak.
For a long time too. It was like 2 minutes straight.
Yeah. And like, freak, are you ignoring me? I'm like, oh my God, no, I wasn't ignoring you. I was serious. I was like, oh my. And he was like going on and on. I'm like, are you serious? You're serious giving me crap right now? I'm trying to fix this. And so we jumped on a channel today, and I was just wanted to bust his chops.
Jokingly, of course, he's a great guy.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. And I jumped, he was getting worked up because what do you call it? He was working with Rachel, right? They was doing a show with Rachel, and he was like, oh, you're gonna, and I said, oh, you really want to see Phil get all flustered? I said, have him talk to me for a while and me not respond. Because it really took him out.
So I'd like to remind you, in doing that, you started it.
I did, and it was just a joke. Oh, and he just turned it right around. I'm like, and he started he's saying, oh yes, that Mythos. What did he say? Lovely guy, lovely fellow.
Yeah, because both of us had done shout outs.
Very lovely fellow. Freak.
Button, hit the subscribe.
Yeah, Freak's there, but Mythos, he's a lovely fellow. Like, what am I, freaking chopped liver? And I said, oh, come on, man. Don't. No, and then he goes, yeah, that time he just completely ignored me. Yeah.
It's the Mythos charisma, I'm telling you.
It's got to be, but this is every time, everywhere we go. And then I said, oh, man, come on, look, don't do that. He goes, yeah, whatever. I'm like, so yeah, chopped liver.
When Freak and I were both working in the Woodlands, half the time, when we go for Chinese food together, I would get stuff for free, and he'd be sitting at the same table directly across.
I'm not here. Price. I don't even exist. I mean, they come in, oh, I can take your order. Hold on, I bring you more stuff. I give you food. And I'm like,
same table, full price for Freak.
Am I dead? Am I a ghost? Am I not here? Do I not exist anymore? So, I'm having, I'm like, do I offend? Anyway.
A little bit of a complex.
Shut up. Oh. So that's the crap that I deal with, right? And he goes, nah, yeah, you just overthinking it. There's no overthinking nothing. This is life here. And originally we were gonna do, and I don't know, somehow I think down the line I'm still gonna do it, but we're gonna have a logo eventually, like a yin and a yang,
Mhm.
because that's exactly what we are. We complete, yeah. We might be dark complected. We play the game, but total opposite. Good luck, bad luck. Good luck, bad luck. Yeah, I don't know.
So is Mythos like a karma vampire or something?
I don't know who,
there we
what soul he's, when he sell his soul, but
Oh damn!
see,
Oh, I love it. Oh my god, that's
uh,
hilarious.
I even said, I said, yeah, see, this is going to happen. They're going to say, yeah, um, we went to watch the Frost and Fish show, and Mythos had his gardener on.
Juan. His name is Juan.
Yeah, Juan. I really said Julio. So that's the story of my freaking life, man. Living in the shadows of the Wolf Brother. God bless it. So,
Archer, I think before we had our technical difficulties, you were going to tell us a little bit about yourself, my brother.
Give me half a second.
you're good, man. You're good, brother. You're good. It's good.
Okay,
It's
she's
good.
good now. So let's see. I started playing 4th edition way back early 2000s. Stopped, pick it back up around 6th edition, probably around the end of it, beginning of 7th, when I met Thomas Hellchild, and I blame him for me being as addicted as I am.
I can see where it had that effect. Especially Hellworks is always dreaming up something cool conversions, cool paint schemes.
You should see some of the stuff that he like kind of halfway puts together, or thoughts that he'll kind of think through, but then start chasing rabbits the other direction. I mean, there's like a pile of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, as much as I feel like I'm a hobby butterfly, I know Brother Thomas got it even worse.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Love him to death, but yeah, he chases rabbits hardcore.
But when he finally gets around to wrapping up one of those projects,
it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, just, I know you guys have seen his conversion of Horus into his
Black Wolf.
30K Black Wolf. I mean,
yes. That's
amazing.
phenomenal.
That's amazing. So. Ah, yeah, the joys of YouTube, baby.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good, man. It's all good, brother.
It's all good. Freak was just quitting.
Yeah.
All right, so Frico Licioso, did you
what?
Well, oh, never mind. He's back.
There we go.
All right, so you got in from Brother Thomas. What we mentioned in the chat before, you run a whole lot of different armies. Why don't you tell them what projects you currently got on your Million projects?
Let's see. So I just picked up the contrast paints today. My local guy loves me because I spend way too much money in his store. Been trying a couple test marines. This is the Gray Seer with Blood Angels Red over it. Pretty solid. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it. I've got a old metal model that I'm kind of playing with. I've got 3 or 4 different shades of stuff on it so far. Let's see. I should really show you guys my corner of shame.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let me show you real quick. Okay, so you see all the various boxes here in the corner?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
These are all the armies that are either built or part painted or what have you.
Man, I tease all the time about how many projects you have on the go, but wow.
You're not
he
wrong.
really does.
You're not wrong.
Oh my God.
It's one thing to actually see it. That's amazing.
But the vast majority of them are built in prime at this point.
That's awesome. Evening, Al Kirkham. Good to see you, my man.
Howdy, howdy.
Brian says daughters are awesome. I totally agree.
They are. I've got 3, man, except that my baby's already up and married and gone, man. So they come and see the old man every once in a while.
All right. So tell us a little bit about some of those projects. I know you got like the thumbnail shows, you got some Thousand Suns on the go, right? You prefer the 30K color scheme?
Let me grab one. So I took the Amon model from the 30K series and kind of did a little bit of conversion with him. Took a different head on him, a little bit of paint on him. And he's not wonderful, but he's not bad.
That's awesome. I love
I
the
think
Superman
it would
pose.
work as a pretty decent, like either a captain or a librarian, maybe.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Also working on a group of Grey Knights. I know I've sent you guys some of the
Oh yeah, it looks great.
pictures and whatnot. That's my conversion of Boldus. I was pretty pleased with how he came out.
That's awesome.
I've been doing a big commission with our buddy Richard, where he's painting up some Eldar for me.
Yes, he does.
Ooh,
Yeah, he does sound like Ethan. He really does.
that'd be a real good one, actually. So this is the Forge World Avatar of Kahane that he did for me with the sword.
That's cool.
It's freaking bomb ass. Like he does amazing things with paints I can't even do.
Yeah. No, I mean, Richard can take the cheapest paints,
Yep.
the chunkiest, most powdery.
You're not wrong.
He can make anything into a smooth blend. And I'm not saying he uses super subpar material. I'm just saying his talent is to where he can make anything work. And
Yeah.
I mean, he does some fantastic conversions. He once showed me a really dynamic Hulk diorama he did out of all 50-cent Apple Barrel paints. And the blends look so smooth.
Yeah,
It was
I've seen that one too. He does amazing work.
Yeah.
But
I'm a
that's
big-
all I can say about it.
I'm a big fan of sending commissions to Richard myself.
Because you're such a fan assembling, aren't you?
I'm such a big fan of assembly. I'm a big fan of putting it in a box, writing the nerd life on it, and shipping it out.
Assembling the box. Bye.
Omegon says that your corner looks like his corner. I definitely, it's starting, mine isn't quite that big, but it's getting there. It's I've got this bottom shelf over here and this 4-tier shelf over here. So it's expanding.
Yeah, I'm trying not to let mine get that big. I've got a tub here on the side, and I've got my red to do here on the side. It's got a couple of projects that I'll be working on. So
Project creep is real.
man, tell you what.
Darklight Dreamer says you sound like our good friend and brother, Explosions Ethan, who is usually in the chat with us. And Omegon says that corner looks like his corner. I think I already read that. And Archer, can you make my coffee, please? I do love a smooth blend. That's actually Brother Richard we talked about with the smooth blends. But I see Archer will happily make you some coffee.
You know.
Awesome. So, Fricalicio,
Hi.
what you got on the move this week?
Well, okay, so last week, right, I finished up the lieutenant, and I said I was going to get started on probably the cavalry. I still have that on tap, but I didn't get started. My brother's birthday is just around the corner. It's July 9th, and I really needed to start working on that car. And I've got a lot done already. The lower frame is pretty much completed. So now I'm working on the interior and the body. Let me see if I can reach it. So this is not gonna do it justice here in front, but so this is pretty much it here. You can kind of see, you know, the engine's already it's already put together. I got the fan belts, you know, you've got the water pump, alternator, all that good stuff. So everything's pretty much set. I got the drive shaft. Everything's already assembled, so I kind of think it turned out okay. You know, you can kind of see it a little better there. And I'm going for realism there. And then so then I started priming the body. So I'm really getting close to putting some fresh paint onto that body. I really can't wait because for my brother's sake, I mean, that's going to be really cool. He loves that car, so. Yeah.
I know you're really excited to try out those candy shell techniques.
Yeah, it's going to be really neat.
Nice. Very nice.
That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
So I haven't done a lot this week because I've actually been on the road a lot this week for work. And so most of the nights I've been getting home around 8 or 9 o'clock. And so that between making dinner for the kiddos and stuff like that, there's been almost no hobby progress. However, I did do a couple of things last weekend. So I'm gonna start the bitching early, guys. We're gonna start about the bitching in the hobby progress. So you guys know, if you've been in the game for a while, for every 6 that you roll, there's a 1 coming, right? Every one you roll, there's a 6 coming. So this is my 1 for all my good luck. This is my 1 for the week, which happened the day before I got all that, you know, free Thai tea and dessert. So I had the pleasure of getting called back to the post office last Friday, and they said, could you come here for a package? Well, first of all, most of my packages get delivered to Freak's house, so that was kind of weird. And second of all, I was like, I'm not expecting any packages. What could that be? Well, some of you guys know, recently we did a 500 subscriber major giveaway of a mystery box. And when I got there, it sure was a mystery because it was sitting there with my name on it. And I was like, what the hell? So apparently, Customs opened up my box, said, "Oh, hell nah," sent it back to me because of the paint I had in the box. And I feel stupid. I really do. It's not Customs' fault. I didn't know the rules as well as I should have. Apparently, you cannot send paints overseas via the mail. So I have what I feel like is a third of the value of the box here, just sitting here. I mean, all of this 8 or 9 different brands of paint. I had to sit there at the post office for an hour and unwrap because there was a whole lot of bubble wrap in there and involved. I had to unwrap, untape, you know, repack, retape, rebubble wrap. All this 9 different brands of paints here that didn't get to make it in the box. And I spend months picking out because everybody uses GW brand mostly or Vallejo. And I collected a whole bunch of different brands of paint. I got Coat d'Arms here. I got Instar paints, Dark Star paints, P3, Reaper, Army Painter. I got Vallejo liquid metal colors, which is some of the best. I've got some Secret Weapon wash here. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff, and it all had to come out the box.
That makes no freaking sense.
I'm talking about livid at the post office. I mean, again, it's my fault for not knowing the rules as well as I should have, but I had no, because I order paints online from overseas, right? Somehow they get to my doorstep. I didn't realize that it would be illegal for me to send these paints in the mail myself.
I still don't understand because did they say they're combustible because they're not combustible?
They didn't give me a reason. They said, here are some possible reasons why they sent back, because it just got sent back from Customs with a note saying I need to take them out. What the person at the post office said is that likely the paints didn't, you know, they were probably listed as paints under the flammable or toxic policies.
I mean, yeah. I could see if they were like an aerosol, maybe.
right?
but not
It's
just plain Jane acrylic.
acrylic. You can drink the stuff and you live.
I am a brush licker. I drink about 25% of my paints.
I don't get it.
Ugh.
That makes no
So
sense.
I really feel, I feel a little gypped because I had to resend that crap out, and I sent it out a while back, and it's probably just now sometime soon going to get over there unless it gets sent back again. But I also feel like a person gypping because that was part of the prize I set aside for our mystery box. So it's very frustrating. And I mean, now I'm giving a lesser prize than I thought I was.
Yeah, Brian, good job.
Everyone take a paint pot shot in support. This is why I like Darby.
This is for my homies.
Just kind of just dump it out there.
For my homies. Or just drink it, since we're all drinking acrylic anyway, right? Right? Kids, please don't drink acrylic paints at home. Only at work or school.
So Brian says there will be no problem shipping to Arizona. So, apparently he's saying there could be a backup winner, specifically in Arizona. Freak, it needs more DACA. So that Shelby of yours, we should do like on XXX and load up that Shelby with all kinds of guns and stuff. That'd be cool.
Right. You should paint it red because it goes fast.
Oh, yeah.
And then Brian says, kids, please don't drink acrylic paint at home. So that was part of my hobby week. I did mention on last week's show, though, I had the pleasure of painting up some D&D models with my girls. And yes, Daddy did help a little bit. For the most part, this is all them, though. And I might show that their work a little better later on. But this is my BB's Cheetah, as she likes to be called on the YouTubes. She is playing a human sorceress.
Nice.
And she picked out the colors. I did kind of give, this is where you're going to put this color. This is where you're going to put that color. Let's talk about the dress. Let's talk about the tights, because previously, and you know how kids do sometimes when they first get in the hobby, right? With the ceramics and stuff like that, there would be like a unicorn with 52 different color paints on it, in splotches. Yeah. There was a little of Daddy's guidance, after we talked about what colors they wanted. And then Daddy did go back and help, clean up some of the areas where maybe there was some overlap or missed areas that were still gray, or places where they were worried about getting the lines clean. So Daddy did help with that. Daddy also talks about himself in third person once in a while.
Not creepy at all.
Thing, dude.
And then Star is playing a Dragonborn rogue, but she wants to still look like a human or elf. So this is what we did for her rogue. And this was cool. So she actually picked this out. She wanted a black cloak that kind of faded to a dark blue transition at the bottom. So I taught her how to do that. We achieved that we did dry brushing, and then we dry brushed a light gray, and then we dry brushed a dark Cantor blue on top of that. So I taught her how to do some dry brushing, highlights, and fades. That was pretty cool. So actually, with Stars, I really didn't have to help out very much at all. She did a lot of this. And her light brown and dark brown rogue outfit kind of reminds me of Wolverine's old outfit in the 80s.
A little bit.
That was pretty
cool. Bit. I can see that.
So really, really proud, Daddy, of how their models came out, and made them up some character sheets, and we might be getting a game in sometime this weekend.
Very nice.
That was cool. How did we get the Tide Pods?
Dude, I'm sorry, man. You got to forgive me. I've been cracking up laughing watching these morons going on.
Right?
And then Brian at the end said, I'll have
young teens off of Tide Pods.
I'll have Leviathan Blue, shaken, not stirred.
I drink my paint thin. Thank you very much. That's right. If you do the contrast, you got to do one thick coat.
Right.
Like a Jello shot.
Right.
Oh, hey, contrast paint would be a Jello shot. How about that?
Oh.
All right. So other hobby progress. Did I do anything else? Oh, right. So I've shown on the before that our GM Atlas got me a Hero Forge model, right? So in return, I volunteered to paint up his Hero Forge model for a game where he is the player, not the GM, and he has an Elven Necromancer.
Nice.
And I did up some flame effects. I did a green flame for kind of the necrotic energy kind of thing. And it's probably not going to show up very well, but if you look, I did some scribble in the Necromancer's book, and I took a Night Lord's red hand and stamped that like a bloody hand on one of the pages. And
Very
I think
nice.
it makes for a pretty cool little effect. I did a pale white skin with blue wash. It's probably not going to show up very well in the lighting. And then some bright green glowing eyes. So all that kind of feeds into the Necromancer feel. And then, of course, the book here, I used all flesh tones because apparently this Necromancer's book of spells is made, all of the Leathercore is made out of human flesh. And then the pages are stretched white skin as well.
Hey, let me know when you're going to paint your character, because I think it'll be cool to do a little comparison. You know, it's like, kind of showcase them. That'd be really neat.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you're ready, my man. I know you've got a few different projects on the go you want to get at. So we talked a little bit last week about how I put a ton of different kinds of stripper into the towel model I was working on for my brother Roxas. And this, like I said, I don't know what he used to varnish it, but all that came out, maybe it's just red primer, but like I did another alcohol treatment after our show, and everybody suggested more alcohol. Maybe they meant more alcohol in me. I
think that's what they meant, because when you start working with towel, you're like, I need some more of this time.
But yeah, you can see it didn't even make a dent at it. This was another almost hour of alcohol and scrubbing. So, and I used the good stuff too, the 99% denatured alcohol.
Legitimately, red is probably the hardest color to be able to strip off, because it will stain your plastic in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I have some Blood Angel stripping to go into my ultras, and they were hard to strip too. So I think red primer in general is just really tough. Seems to be one of the worst colors.
It is.
I tell you what, the easiest strippers are those that work for Chippendales, and that's why we do what we do, every time.
Please, no pulp in my phalanx yellow, please. Instar makes great paint. I'm finding that too. The reason why I got those Instars to send to Mr. Beer is because I have somewhere, I've lost them now, they're somewhere on my desk, the Instar Blue Gem set, which is like a gem effect purple, a gem effect dark blue, gem effect bright blue. And man, those have made some really cool power sword effects. Really been enjoying using them. Towel strippers are heresy, sir. You will have to turn those over to me for disposal reasons, of course. Purple power from AutoZone will strip the paint. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm at the point now where I've tried so much with this thing, I may just try seeing how Cantor Blue with a little bit of black lays over top of the red. Or they'll eat your hands, apparently.
Yeah, I've tried that personally. It's not fun.
I have seen, and not that I want to, not that I'm blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I have seen Commissar Gamza use purple power with a what are those sonic machines?
The sonic cleaner.
Yeah, the sonic cleaners.
Yeah, the jewel cleaner.
Apparently, the combination of those two have do some pretty good work clearing out paint.
I had picked up an eBay lot. Somebody had done a box of Betrayal at Cal in a really, really bad green and black thing, and I dumped them all in like a 5-gallon bucket of purple power for like a month. Granted, he got rid of it, but every time I pulled one out and scrubbed it, you could feel your hands tingling from it. So, I mean, it does, but you can hurt yourself with it.
That's some serious stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then let's see, anything else? I know I have more stuff. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about, and this is going to go on to our shout outs this week. But before I mention that, anything else? I want to say I had something here at my desk. I cannot think of it. So that must be a lot of progress this week. And if I think of something else that's progress later on, you guys know I'll probably pop back like a goldfish. But oh yes, there is something else before I move on to this. So the Hobby Hive, I talk about this group all the time. I like participating in their monthly challenges. The Hobby Hive's challenge this month is conversions. And so I've started on a little conversion here for a Cataphoron battle servitor. Because I don't like the corpse bodies mounted to the front of these robots.
I get that.
They're a little weird. So what I've done is taken some Imperial Knight chassis here, used its torso, taken its elbows, and mounted the servitor weapons onto the elbow joints here. And it's going to be my little rolling mini knight servitors. And elongating the body has been a pain because the body and the tracks didn't fit weird, but I was going to try. I found a little part to try and make that fit, snugly. And then I turned out I didn't have enough spacing because the weapon elbows came down into the tracks of the servitor. So I had to raise it up a little bit. And man, it has been a pain trying to find a piece that will help elongate it without it looking weird. And the strangest, damnedest thing is that a pen has been identified as my piece to hold everything together, and I cannot find them. But it is an old-timey, dollar pack of pens, and where the blue cap is, it is just thin enough to fit down into the hole where the servitor's body is, and has like a little mushroom head at the top that I can use to flushly mount the torso onto. And even though it's kind of a very thin connection, I'm going to use something that Old Average Brit Gaming does, and he usually uses them for much heavier pieces, like his Titans and stuff he's working on. But just for the hell of it, I'm going to line it with a little bit of JB Weld and make sure that once I stick it on, that sucker not going to come off. Something that literally holds up automotive parts. Because it is such a thin connection, I don't want this conversion snapping,
Right.
So that's far along. So would you mind pulling up all the options, weapon options that I've been doing for my conversions?
Did you send them to me?
Mm-hmm. I sent them with the Art of the Week. So I may have gone a little overboard, guys, because with this conversion, because I have done for all three pieces, all 8 weapon options, 24 different weapons I've been chopping, magnetizing, and converting this week. Funny because the USPS has no problem mailing that stuff. See, that's who I tried to use, but they wouldn't let me send it internationally. So you're right. I could probably send it to Arizona. They wouldn't let me send it overseas. I think one of my extra rhinos that I had was in that video. It was either one for stripping models or buying used models. I traded it for his bunker terrain. That's awesome. That's awesome because I've seen those videos. There we go, guys. So there's the plasma something or other culverin or something like that. The plasma culvers where you can go get frozen custard. That is the torsion cannon. There's a couple little more odds and ends that I need to glue on there. But I was just worried about the magnetizing and fitting right there. Torsion cannon is pretty cool. It's strength 8 minus 4 AP, and I think it's D6 damage. Only one shot, but man, definitely make them count if you got them with call. That is the heavy arc rifle. That is the gravity cannon, the grav cannon, which is pretty cool. I know the points are ridiculous now in this edition, but I don't know. I still want to try it anyways. And that's funny. That's why I went overboard magnetizing all of these. There's the heavy plasma thing again. But I went a little overboard just because I kept thinking, what if I need one of these weapons later on? What if the addition changes and this weapon's good now? So that's why I kept doing it.
Like a little turtle.
Huh?
Looks like a little turtle.
A little bit.
Oh, the body of the night?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the that is the phosphor blaster, which is good for ignoring cover. Not as good as the one on the stolen robots, but still very good. And the gun barrel's not drilled out there, but I have gone back and drilled out those gun barrels.
Is it not updating?
It did just now. That is the arc or the hydraulic claw. So that is basically your power fist. It's going to be -1 to hit, but it's strength times 2 damage. And these guys come at stock strength 5, so it's good for laying in some heavy strength 10 hits. But the only thing is you're getting that -1, and it's only AP -1. So you're less likely to hit, and they're still likely to save with only a -1 AP.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor Zane. I did make sure to go back and drill out those gun barrels. That is, of course, the Flamer. Definitely always good for Overwatch. And these guys are going to be sitting there guarding the stolen robots. So, I mean, they're perfect for that. Nothing like getting auto hits in Overwatch. And I think the last one is the Arc Claw, which is strength +1, AP -1 or -2. It doesn't have the heavy penalty, and it's a D3 damage, which is still really good. And it's a D6 damage if you are for some reason hitting a vehicle. But most of the time, they're not out hunting vehicles. So at least not in close combat. I mean, their cannons might do the job. So that has been pretty much, like I said, I haven't had very much time to hobby this week because work has been ridiculous. Definitely more work seems to be piling up on me before I can go on vacation. But what I did do was mostly gluing and converting this week and painting up the 1D&D model. Next thing, though, is the last thing I want to talk about, and it's going to go into our shout-outs for the week, is this guy came in the mail for me. So over at the Peninsula Painting Projects Facebook site, Facebook group, they did, one of the guys, Zach Taylor, of course, decided to hook brothers up in that Peninsula Painting Projects group because he was able to hit up his local store and get one of the exclusives, and decided to hook the brothers in the Facebook group up and got them at a great price. Managed to send them out to some of us. So really hooked us up.
More than Mythos Flood, I'm telling you.
Don't get me started. Don't freaking get me started.
And so I'm feeling very lucky about that. And of course, that is going to be one of my shout outs because shortly after he did that, he started up a YouTube channel. Freak, would you mind pulling up one of those channels I sent you, my man? And it'll be the second one I sent you. It says it's the one that says basics for beginners in miniature painting.
The guy with the airbrush?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got it set.
Guy with the airbrush.
Hang on one second. Bear with me.
It's all good. But definitely I would like to give him a shout out first of all, because we love shouting out brand new fledgling channels. And I think he had 10 subs when I looked earlier today. But I've seen him do videos in Facebook before, so I know he's got a good ability to teach and share content.
Okay, because I need to move it to his main channel screens.
That's cool. I should have linked you the main channel screen instead of the video. That's my bad. His channel name is the Crimson Painter, by the way. Literally has one video, just his start, but it already has 37 views. Like I said, he's a very, very active member in the Peninsula Painting Projects group, and so he's already got a little bit of support, and I definitely would like to see him get a little more support. So he's got 10 subscribers and 38 views. Those are pretty good stats in my book.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, yeah, I watched his video earlier today.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, 10 subscribers, and he's got 37 views just in 8 hours. That's actually pretty good.
Roxas is in the chat. Yo, what up, my brother? So, very cool. Go check him out. Like I said, he has a lot of cool techniques that he does for stuff, and you've seen him share some of that on Facebook video before. So I just know that he's going to be sharing some good stuff on YouTube once he really gets going.
And who's the other guy that we're showcasing? What was that guy's name?
His name is Wolf Wraith.
Got it.
And while we're here, definitely in our shout out phase, I'd like to shout him out as well. He had 60 subs when I looked earlier today. And
63 right now.
Nice. And he also has some excellent content. He does some unboxings. He does tutorials. I mean, his first tutorial I saw on there was Cracked Earth. So he didn't pick a super easy tutorial to start with, but he definitely made it look pretty good.
Yeah, I can really see this guy's channel blow up. I mean, he's got a lot of really good quality.
Wow, his banner looks better quality than ours. Like, that looks good.
You're right.
I mean, ours looks pretty decent too, but that actually looks pretty pro.
He's got a link to his shop. What? We don't have
and
a
makes
link.
me think he might have some kind of maybe like graphic design background or something, maybe, because all of his content looks really, put together.
Yeah, it's got a quality look to it. Maybe he's actually, you know what? I think he might be a Twitch streamer and just have recently come over to YouTube.
Okay, that would explain a lot.
Yeah.
Roxas as how goes it? How you gentlemen doing tonight? Roxas, this is Brother Archer, who's usually in the chat there as Mark Purifoy. I just butchered that all up. Yeah,
it's all good. Can't nobody pronounce all that.
Look at that logo. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he gets some really
I know a
good
couple
stuff.
guys who are about to have a pretty badass logo, though. So.
Yeah, actually, that's going to wrap it up this week. So.
Oh, really? That's pretty awesome.
So I got to get with him and see if we can get different sizes and stuff like that. I want everything.
Well, hello there. Cool. So that is our shout outs for the week. Archer, my man, as our guest, is there anyone that you want to throw a quick shout out for?
So I watched a video earlier today. Guy doing a review over some of the contrast paints. I know he probably doesn't need it because his channel is amazing and whatnot, but the guy that does Miniac, you're freaking hilarious, dude.
Scott the Miniature Maniac. He does do amazing work. I would definitely have to agree with that. And you're right, his review of contrast, it does seem very unbiased and very thorough.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most objective one I think I've seen and I've watched.
That's awesome. That's
me-
awesome. I know a lot of us have been hyped trying to, get prepared for this contrast release. So
I got something for you. This.
look at that booty.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I
Ooh.
completely forgot about this. Um, hopefully it'll be my future son-in-law, but he's getting there. My oldest daughter is dating him, and this guy's really awesome. He says, "I don't like the way it looks. Can you do something and just make it look even more awesome?" I'm going to show it to you guys.
I cannot believe you have
Is
that.
that a Skyrim dragon?
That is totally Skyrim.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
like
it is.
Halloween, isn't it?
Yes.
That
Yes,
is
it
out
is.
in the world. There.
Yes, it is.
Oh
Completely.
my god.
Now, here's the thing. I love Skyrim, and I love the dragon. This has been painted pretty authentically to the actual game, right?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But he doesn't like it. He wants it to look like a dragon. So he wants to color contrast. He wants to see those deep color transitions, So I'm going to leave the metallic. You can see there's a lot of metallic on there. By the way, it does separate. You see that here.
Ooh, that'd probably be helpful.
Yep. And you can see the where
Right,
the
the runes
runes.
where
You
Yep.
gotta use your technique to go in there and make all those runes pop.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make them glow. I'm going to make the runes glow. And I am going to take him and I'm going to touch it up with a little bit of like a dark, deep, rich purple. Looks like a black purplish. And then I'm going to kind of fade it a little bit to a deep, rich crimson or red for the wings. And the spikes, I'm going to highlight them like a fire yellowish orange. So that's what I have in mind. So it's gonna look pretty crazy, and I'm thinking I might do something with the mouth. I have some tips and things that I can do to make it make it look like it's actually breathing fire, with cotton. So I may actually do a nice plume. It'll look really, really cool. So just to kind of give it some little dynamics to it. But yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is really beautiful sculpt. And I honestly, I wouldn't, if it were mine, I wouldn't mess it with it at all.
It would be sitting on a shelf,
Right.
This is it is a gorgeous, I mean, look at it, the detail. Look at the talons, And I mean, look at that. Look at the tail.
That's amazing. Brother, when you finish, you have to do a showcase on this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, I am definitely going to do the runes, the glow on this thing.
Oh, my God.
You know how they glow, how they start out with the
they
blue.
Glow whenever you walk next to them. Yeah.
So I'm going to actually have that. So it's going to take some work. I'm probably going to lighten it up a little bit, give it a little better highlights on the stone. But yeah, man, this thing's freaking amazing. But like I said, I will do it because you're asking me to. But man,
the chat agrees.
It would hurt me to have to paint it. I mean, because it's it's an awesome sculpt all in itself. But yeah, for sure, you've got to show us some pictures when you're done.
Oh man, yeah. So there it is. That's with it.
When you first started to pull it down, I'm like, that's all doing.
There it is. Yep. I mean, it sits there so beautifully too. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Very nice.
So yeah, so that is a project that I'll be working on probably the next week or so. So we'll see. That'll be a lot of fun. There's my booty. Sorry about that.
That one have a due date on it?
What's that?
That project, does it have a due date on it?
Actually, I'll probably get started on it either this week or next week. Due date, I'm saying in 3 weeks, so I can probably just bring it down. a lot of the work is going to be on the details of the actual of the dragon, because all those recesses.
Oh yeah,
It's
hardcore.
gonna be, yeah, and then there's going to be a lot of dry brushing going on in there. So yeah, it's going to take some time. But the cool thing is it's already assembled. I don't have to worry about that. It's just making sure I get the right.
It's like opening a box from Richard.
You want to do it justice. Right?
Yeah, I do, and here's the thing: I do a lot of research. I think the majority of the time that I spend on doing a commission piece, I spend it mostly on research, looking, try to get an idea of what I'm going to do, the color schemes. I don't want this thing to look hokey. I'm telling you, I like the way it looks now. So for me to start throwing, blowing paint on it, like it's got to look really good, man. And I don't want it. I don't want it to look like a character. You know what I'm saying? I want it to look so realistic. So I love the D&D dragons. I love how, like, when you look at D&D books, right? The majority of the dragons, you have the gold dragons, the red dragons, the green dragons, the black dragons, right? They all have significance of everything. And if you look at how they look in, the artist rendition, they just look so awesome. So
and they're depending on the color or the metallic, they're all distinct.
Yeah,
they're very obviously a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, like I said, it's going to be really. I'm going to leave all the metallic. That metallic's going to really pop through the paint that I put on it. So it's gonna. I think it's going to make it really look good right there. So I'm not gonna bury it with paint. I'm just going to give it some nice light blast. I'm going to give it a little contrast, a little I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm still in the research phase right now, and then once I feel like I'm good with where I want to go with that, I think it's going to look pretty good.
That's a hardcore project.
It is. It is, dude. Because I don't want to strip that thing.
Right?
I know.
I don't want to. Oops. Can't afford that.
I think that's a good plan, though, to just enhance what's already there rather than stripping and starting over.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So again, the chat consensus, you definitely got to show it off when you're done.
Will do. Yeah.
Would you like to go on to art of the week, my brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
No post chat game today, my brother. We are going to basically do our normal show today. But man, the game last week was definitely a blast. I mean, we had a really awesome time.
It was pretty good. I mean, I think I stopped maybe 15, 20 minutes before you guys finished. But I mean, it was a lot of fun, for sure.
Awesome. I'm glad you felt like that. We, definitely, as us playing it, it was definitely some models being pulled off every turn. So, yeah, definitely Freak won that one. Like, no doubt about it. But I feel like, if we had continued on, it still could have been anyone's game.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game.
Because the Contemptor was worth, 250 points?
Right.
And it was down to one wound, So, it's that could have easily tied us back up again. So it was a good game.
Yeah, the Redemptor is what really crushed it, or really hurt you, because once we took out the Redemptor Dreadnought, that was it. That was a good chunk of points right there.
Yep, that was a good chunk of points right there. And of course, I did leave it a little off and exposed, because I thought I had dedicated enough firepower to that other direction, but I should have read better the stats of my aggressors before committing that action. But it's all good.
Got a good flavor for the aggressors, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think they are going to pair very, very well with the Space Wolf on the hunt stratagem. So that way I can put them on someone's back line and then just unload a whole bunch of firepower.
Yeah. With those bolt form gauntlets, they can throw some shells.
Oh, yeah. All right, Methos.
All right, so we've got a beautiful dragon here. And I think this one came from Wargamer Online.
Yep.
The screen kind of cuts off. The name at the top. Can you read off who that is?
It is cut off. This is just the way it shows. This is it It just says Wargamer Online, man. Doesn't give me
Okay.
anything else. Let me go to the next
I
one,
think
maybe.
I followed this guy on Instagram. I remember seeing this particular model probably about 2 weeks ago or so.
The Torrance Spence.
That's amazing.
It looks really cool though. But
I mean, especially since the base model itself is actually a red dragon.
right. But you see what I'm talking about? You see, I mean, this is very similar to, to the, to the Skyrim dragon. Same concept. But I love the change in the, in the contrast and the colors. Got the. I'm not going to have it that bright, but definitely, as you're going to tell, it's just going to look really.
And while that bright may not fit a Skyrim dragon, in general,
this
God,
looks
that's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Oh, no
I
doubt
love
about
the top
it.
on that dragon.
Yeah, I really like this.
Okay, so that is from Chris Sage at the Wargamer Online community page. Chris Sage, really phenomenal work. That blue purple pop is so good, and then from such very outstanding colors, that bone color is so natural bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The perfect blend of like a comic book style pop and a little bit of realism in there.
Right. Okay, so now we got the Redemptor Dreadnought from Rabbit Dog Studios.
Yep, this is a different Redemptor than last week.
Uh-huh.
This is a more traditional blue. And of course, the base is still work in progress, but it just looked too good for me to pass up. So I went ahead and snagged a few pictures of it anyways.
I got to be honest with you. That looks so good. If you look at the edge highlighting, very clean. Very, very clean. Do a couple shots here. Nice, clean back shot there.
And again, I'm not the biggest fan of usually the Fenrisian blue. However, on this particular model, it works. And I think it's because it focuses more on pairing up that Fenrisian blue with grays and silver, rather than immediately jumping to a bright color like Fenrisian blue with yellow or red. It's staying in the same pool of cool colors,
Right.
And it works that way.
I need to learn to do plasmas like this. This is done really well. I mean, there's definitely gives it a plasma to it.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I've noticed this a lot lately on Instagram and Facebook. People who paint their Redemptors with the open coffin cockpit there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, even though it's supposed to be a coffin, really gives it more of a cockpit kind of feel.
Right.
Like in a Gundam Wing kind of scenario where somebody's going to jump out or stand at the lip of it and say mission accepted and blow it up.
There's a good shot of the plasma. Oh man, that's good job. Jeez, beautiful, beautiful work.
So even though this is somewhat of a simplistic color scheme to it, the fact that they took a color I'm normally not a big fan of and made it work and look good, definitely kudos.
Yeah.
Again, I gotta say, look, big A+ for keeping it clean. Very neat work. I mean, I would have liked to see some dynamics on it, but honestly, this is a very clean, very playable model. It looks great. I mean, the attention to detail was well done, especially again that heavy plasma rifle just looks amazing.
That doesn't look dry brush either. That almost looks like somebody went in and carefully painted each white line.
Yeah, exactly.
Which definitely is not going to be me. Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, you ready for the next one, Mythos?
Yep. Inquisitor Zane says he imagines it more like Titanfall because the Titan's kind of open like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I really love the game Titanfall. It's really good.
Okay. I got burnt out with salamanders, but I got to be honest with you. This is a great.
This is a custom job too. I went ahead and included. You'll see some words at the end. because he lists everything he did to customize that model, and I think it's pretty impressive. Like, I was reading it because I wanted to know, where'd he get those swords from? Because those swords look amazing. One of those swords looked like it'd be a great white scar sword.
It does.
That dragon skin cloak, that's exactly how I imagine them looking in the Horus Heresy books. I recently read Vulcan Lives, and his honor guard were all wearing dragon skin cloaks like that, and that's exactly. Look at that sword. First of all, look at that non-metallic metal effect on that sword. Second of all, you'll see when we get to the parts list, that is a custom sculpted sword.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Shut the heck up. Oh my gosh, dude.
You know, again, I feel like I've converted something when I've chopped and put two things together that aren't supposed to go together. But, I mean, these sculptors who do stuff from scratch really blow my mind.
Right.
Gosh.
And then,
I can't believe that's
took a plastic card and making something amazing out of it.
Oh my God. Okay. Here is the information he wrote.
Did you see that non-metallic shoulder pad?
Yeah, dude, that's ridiculous.
That gold is so off the charts.
Winterblade, captain of the Salamander's second company, reborn in the crucible of the Rubicon Primaris. We're excited to finally finish this project. It looks gorgeous. I wanted to create a model that captured Pellas Mirsan's legendary skill as a duelist, as well as his discipline and implacable nature of the Salamander's chapter as a whole. And I can only hope I've managed to communicate at least a little bit of that idea. He sure did. Let me know what you think. Parts list. The Lieutenant Calcius is the body. Mark III pauldrons. Wake the Dead Lieutenant arms. Gravis Captain. Wow, he just really hodgepodged the hell out of it. Gravis Captain for the right hand. Mark III power weapon set for the left hand. 0.3 millimeter styrene rod micro beads. Additional trim and rivets. Really? Sculpted bits for the cloak, tabard, helmet, helmet conversion, the sword blades, and chest.
Wow.
There you go. This guy. Wow, big, huge. That is insane. Where did it lose Mythos? Where did Mythos go? How does he do that?
It disappeared somewhere.
Did he just pass out? Did he just fall out the chair? You go get some more pie, Mythos? How much you like pie?
But yeah, all that custom sculpting is phenomenal.
He just comes in here, hit the ground running.
Just not even misses the beat.
No. It's like, drunk guy falling asleep, and he, yeah, man, I'm telling you, that was pretty funny. Good stuff.
Is that oh wait, no, we have one very special one.
Yeah, let me try to cue that up. Give me a second here. If I can find it. There it is.
And now for a very special episode of Blossom.
Oh my God. Let me see if I can. Perfect. All right. This one is this is pretty well done, actually. I've been kind of following him for a while, watching his progress because he's been sending it to us, and I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the best models. And let me throw it up here, guys. Ready? Look at this. This is Bjorn. I mean, absolutely gorgeous work. He didn't have time to send me some better pics. I think this was really good. I had to share it. because it was just a gorgeous model. He did a great job. What you don't see is there's a transition of a dark purple to the light blue, like on the back. I mean, it's really, really cool. So when he sends it, this is, by the way, this is from our buddy James Meeks.
Brother from another mother.
Brother Meeks, man. So he freaked us the channel.
Okay. I remember seeing him post some work in progress pictures.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous work. I loved how he toned down the metallic of the gold, right? Because most people, when they throw gold on there, it's just, it's gold. But you can see it's got that.
It looks like he washed it with brown. Maybe.
Yeah, it's got that ancient tomb look, right? It just looks like he's been around. Of course, he is an ancient. It just looks like this guy's been around for quite some time. Excellent work on the pelt. The fur looks really well done. My favorite are the effects, the frost effects on the weapons. Again, I'm hoping that he can send me some really good, shots all the way around. That way I can showcase that. But I had to share this. This actually turned out to be really, really nice.
And I mean, kudos for going with the Hellfrost cannon, because that is so trademark Bjorn there. Even though the Hellfrost cannon is not good at the moment, it's still an iconic look.
Yes, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful. I mean, it just belongs there. So, anyway.
In fact, I think you should use a Hellfrost cannon on your Bjorn.
Why? So it can be weaker and you can come and trash my Bjorn? Is that what you're doing?
Because I don't want double last cannons in my face.
Oh, you're gonna get double last cannons, and you can have Dorn come in and kick your door in, so he can kick you in the nads. Right? It's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. You're gonna answer. You're bing bong. You're like, who's that? Avon. What? I didn't order. Oh God! Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
He got diverted on a mission to find another person. Remember?
oh, that's right. Yes, true. Yeah, he'll have to make a U-turn and come back later.
All right. So awesome work by Brother Meeks. So, dude, I gotta say, I'm not feeling a whole lot of value right now, because I'm really disappointed in myself. I wanted to make some more work on this Tau commission and not fight with this red primer. I got literally no further than trying to strip the red primer. I got one model painted up this week, one D&D model. I need some motivation, my man.
I can't do this with a straight face. Brian, shut up! You're ruining the moment, man. Shut up, Brian. All right, continue, Mythos. I mean, we're feeling you, brother.
I need some motivation, man. I need to find a way to carry on and get back my painting mojo.
It just sounds to me you need some encouragement. Like, you need some encouragement.
I really do.
I need some encouragement. This has been a long week. It's been a really rough week, actually. And you know what? Not only that, this is my final week on contract. I go full steam ahead with the company that finally has taken me on. So Monday starts my very first day. And you know what? I can really use some little pep me, a little, hey, you can do it kind of thing,
We got a guy for that, right?
We do have a guy for that thing. And let's see what it's all about here. Yeah.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain EMO and joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain EMO.
That just makes me so cheery. That just, I do. I feel the welling up of my encouragement. So I'm really hoping for a really good word. So. Oh, there he is.
Many of you have been clamoring for encouragement. Allow me to give you some encouragement.
Did he, wow. Shh. Don't say anything. He's good. He's good. Hey, he's good. Yes, we do. White man, and that's what it's all about. If we get one person, one viewer to actually feel motivated, feel encouraged. I don't know about the whole. Sounds like somebody got taken out there, but you know, hey, that's his way of motivating. Then you know what? You know what you got. True. Yeah, we're good with it. We support it. Well, let me if I can stop coughing. Let me look at it. Yeah. Do it, brother. All right. So let's go to. All right. So it's the really cool Necromundo. You like that, huh? Right? I think it's really cool because, I mean, look at these cool, little heads. Got 15 new heads that they just popped out. And you know what it reminds me of? Why does it remind me of Borderlands? Right? Got that Borderlands feel, man. I'm telling you. I know. Right? Now these are cool. I mean, these are really neat looking weapon choices. Ever load. There we go. Yeah. Got some plasma pistols. No, you sound clear. Let me hold on. Let me double check here. All right, say something.
What up?
Can you guys hear Mythos now? Let us know if you can. Let us know if you can hear him.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So going back. You shut up the speakers. Yeah. We think Chaplain EMO might have had a couple of rounds, might have misfired and zipped through and hit one of the speakers, so we couldn't hear Mythos for a little bit. So now we got him back.
Nice. Yeah, we gotta keep that imperial discipline.
Yep, makes sense.
Some of the weapon upgrades are pretty cool.
Yeah. I think those look really nice. Yeah, man, looks really pretty freaking awesome.
Flamers, some meltas, of course. Could always use a sniper rifle, right?
Always. Let's see what else they got. I like the versatility. I mean, you've got a different variety, and you could probably use them on some of the.
Ooh. I like that sniper rifle.
Right?
I'm gonna have to get some of that.
That also goes with the Borderlands aesthetic, I think.
A little bit. I could see that comparison.
Yeah, I like this. I like this dagger. I mean, that just looks wicked. Like I'm gonna stab you. You stab you in the crack of you. All right.
Man, that's just straight up shank.
Right? This is like flat out prison stuff right there, bro.
Right? I mean, that looks like
something out of the end of a toothbrush or something.
Yeah, right.
Holy crap.
Yep. Yeah, that used to be a plunger. Anymore. All right, let's see what else we got. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. Ooh, very neat. Again.
Edge of being Slaneshi.
Again, just kind of gives me that Borderlands vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Some good looking sets. And like I said, even if you don't play Necromunda, some awesome conversion opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy with the skull mask really makes me think of like one of the psychos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Yep.
And the whole the pistol with the dagger on the end of it, also very Borderlands looking.
Yeah.
He's got a dead rat back. Look at this. He's carrying a dead freaking rat.
I totally didn't even see that. Holy crap.
It's so funny. Hey, that's dinner. Don't mess with dinner.
Pull it off and whoop you with it. One of the two.
You're right. I got the tail I'm going to whoop you with, boy.
Huh. How about that? That ain't no small rat either.
No, man. That Joker's... I don't know if that's a pet or if it's dinner.
I mean, that's a pretty good sized dinner.
Yeah, you can eat off of that for days. Oh, man. That is cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, that is definitely some living in the post-apocalyptic world kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and the details on these models are phenomenal.
Right?
And, you know, a lot of people give them a lot of crap with the volume that they're pumping out stuff and how they're all, you know, the continuously, you know, putting out upgrades and spreading themselves thin. But, I mean, I wouldn't say they're spreading themselves thin like some people say, because the quality is there with all the new sculpts.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Like everything they put out here recently, like Necromunda or the expansions for Blackstone, have been just really, you know, on point.
Speaking of which, I really want to collect Blackstone. I think I've decided sometime after vacation with the fam here in a couple of weeks, one of the things I'm going to save up for is going to be Blackstone, because that being a PvE kind of game, that's something I can sit there and play with the family.
That is cool. I can see that.
See, my wife and I have a rule against, for some reason, we have a rule against playing each other. But if I have a PvE game, she's willing to play.
You mean like a co-op?
Is it because she usually beats you, or
no, it's
not a competition thing?
It is a competition thing. For some reason, we have trouble making it not competitive with each other, and so neither of us are good at losing to each other. And on top of that, our play styles in most things frustrates the other one. So I'm a very aggressive, up in your face kind of player in anything I play, whether it's Warhammer, whether it's Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, board games. I mean, I have a very aggressive play style in general, right? And, you know, usually it's big brute style moves that I make, which annoys her. But she is she's a control and power kind of player. So like when she plays something, I'll give you an example, like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, she plays control decks that lock down all of your choices and keeps you from being able to make a lot of choices.
If she were playing Magic, she'd be like a blue-white.
Are you saying she's a control freak, Mythos? That's what I'm hearing.
And so,
Lily, are you hearing this?
Yes, I hear it.
Oh yes, last week she said you did an immaculate impression of her.
Oh my God!
There you go.
And so her playstyle does things that basically restrict what I do. And I can't stand anyone locking me down or controlling what I do. Like, I don't mind somebody that beats me, but making me feel helpless is one of my hot buttons. So just in general, our playstyles aren't don't make for very conducive, get along kind of scenarios.
Hurt me, beat me, make me write bad checks. Come on, you know.
Brian says that that's why he doesn't go live.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, but you know, it could be worse.
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Possible worldwide humiliation. Wife don't care. The thing is, you just have to not be afraid of that, guys. You have to not be afraid. I mean, don't get me wrong. You may see a hand reach up on the screen, and then Mythos mysteriously be drugged off screen, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You see a blur. The chair's going.
From the speed of him being snatched out of it.
Empty chair. Okay, yeah, that's next one. So we got these. What are these, Mythos? This is like I'm looking at orcs here.
You're looking at works. Well, what we have there are possibly works.
Oh, right. This is the painting with contrast. Sam Lenz, dude.
Sam Lenz. I have
awesome.
to say, guys, I am a huge Sam Lenz fanboy. And it's just one of my favorite painters of all times. And, you know, as far as what we do here in the hobby. Actually, I think even outside the hobby, it's probably just one of my favorite painters of all time. And so this is Sam Lenz's take on contrast. And guys, I'm sure they'll probably mention it here in the article, but you know, you can find him on Facebook under the Fantasy Art of Sam Lenz. You can find him frequently on the YouTube channel Tabletop Minions. He's got an Instagram, which I am failing to remember right now. And of course, he does a lot of Twitch streaming, so you can search him under Sam Lenz there. But he is a phenomenal painter.
Yeah, he's a real pleasure to just watch.
Man, he is.
When he's Twitch streaming, does his painting and whatnot, he's you can tell he's been doing it for a while.
And he not only is he incredible as a painter, but kind of and I don't mean to get a little too mushy, even though I'm already like massively fanboying right now. He gives me that Bob Ross kind of feeling, because he does a lot of.
I can see that comparison.
He does a lot of the, you know, guys. Wet blending is not as hard as you make it out to be. You know, the really important thing that you need to do is get out there and try. And being not so great at something is the first step on becoming great, wonderful at something.
Oh.
He does a lot of those, like, build you up on the inside kind of things before.
Like Chaplain EMO.
I mean, he's not
quite as brutal.
I would say just a little bit different.
Just a little bit.
Brian says, just like having that discussion in a grocery store and the husband is trying to stop the scene quietly. Yeah, that is something that could be a hazard when one goes live. And then, of course, with the amazing orky stuff by Sam Lenz here, he says, "Whoa!" Maybe Emo needs some pointers from Sam Lenz.
Right, yeah. They should just, have a meeting or some sort. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
And this is done completely with contrast, right?
Yes.
See right there? I don't believe that's not true metallics.
Unbelievable.
And from what he was saying, the armor and the weapons are Black Templar, and then he uses the base again along the edges with apothecary white.
Those honestly and truly look like true metallics to me.
Yes, they do.
And I've heard over and over again that is the major weakness of contrast paints, is that the metallic substitutes look quote unquote like garbage. Tell that to Sam Lenz. Okay? I think if you have good technique, anything anything can be made to work. And obviously, Sam has figured out the technique for contrast here.
It's interesting. He says the next effect I had to see was edge highlighting. The intention with this model was to see what I could do without any blending by hand, just the contrast paints, an airbrushed pass of shadows, and edge highlights. This produced a much better effect than I expected. This went relatively quickly, and I think that that is the main driving force behind this new line. It's a real time saver. He says on the second model, I wanted to combine some more advanced techniques and exercise a few ideas I had. To start the model off, I primer coat a primer coat of Wraithbone was applied, and then I airbrushed upwards with a mid tan, followed by the same with a touch of black mixed in to create a 3-color progression. Very cool. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, you can see the tan there coming from bottom to top there.
That is incredible.
And that's it. I'm throwing my paints away.
Right?
Again.
The thing is, if you go watch a Sam Lenz video, you'll be on the verge of throwing those paints away, and then after listening to them, you'll pick them back up again.
You're digging them out the trash. Okay, wait. I made a mistake.
Oh, look at how each bone in that orc's hand stands out.
Right.
I mean, look at these are some amazing highlights with contrast.
I'll tell you, that's one of the things I really would like to try the contrast paints is for bone, for faces. And I think one of the things too is like leather. Look at the leather straps around his arm.
Yeah.
And the shoes. I mean, man.
Oh, wow. We went from a true metallic metal looking effect to kind of a corroded metal looking on the
Right.
axe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just so cool.
What I would give a study at the Temple of Sam Lenz.
Right. I love his okay, so I know he does a lot of zenithal effect work, and then with the contrast paints just complemented what he's already done. Man, this is so good. Yeah, okay, so the axe or the hatchet, if you will, it looks like it's got lead. It's a leaded / steel. I mean, it just looks like crude metal.
It looks like a big chunk of iron ore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roxas points out that the wood too.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And you know, he's got those contrast paints in the highlights. They're really pulling off the grains out of the wood.
Yeah. But he did the edge highlighting too. I mean, it's not just the recesses, it's not just the dark stuff. He's got gorgeous highlights. Man, I tell you what, one day. Anyway.
I gotta say, when I saw a Warhammer community article where I could put on the channel and celebrate my hero Sam Lenz, I was like, this has to go in tonight's show.
Yeah, man, definitely a good call. Definitely a good call. Jeez.
Brother, we need to do something like go to an Adepticon or an LVO so we can meet some of these world renowned
I am
figures.
down, dude. I am so down. I would love to do that. You know, go and just meet these guys. Just shake their hands, you know. And maybe they're just too good for us to shake our hands. We'll just kind of walk in their wake, you know, like, oh, yeah, you smell it? Yeah. That's Sam
pull a
Lenz.
whole Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World going,
Yeah, we're unworthy. We're not worthy. And of course, I'm the one that gets getting hauled out by security, tased, while Mythos is getting front row, backstage passes. You know, stop resisting! Stop resisting! Oh! All right, here's the next one. This I want, and I'm going to get one. I thought this was the coolest because I asked if these were if they were ever going to come up with one that you can actually do yourself. Paint your own Funko Pop. Now this, I can't wait. This is so
You gotta
cool.
be on the ball, brother. This is a limited edition run.
I know, dude. I gotta jump on that. I have got to jump on that. I mean, matter of fact, I need to sign up for it. So,
Paint
you gonna do
your
your fist, Freak?
own Funko Pop.
what was that, Archer?
Are you going to do your fist?
Yes, I'd love to see this in Imperial Fist. It's really cool. I saw Duncan. Yeah, I saw the video that Duncan made painting this.
Awesome. I got to do a Silver Moon.
Of course. Say the 29th of June will first be available on Warhammer Day. 29th of
June the 29th.
29th, yep. Thing is, even made this handy.
Ironically enough, right after my birthday,
Wait, when is your birthday?
the 28th.
Wow, mine's the 18th. Holy crap. Yep, I gotta. I'm sorry, man. I gotta do it. Holy cow. I'd love to see this in the yellow. Oh. Man. Yes, please. Shut up and take my money.
Inquisitor Zane says, I just see you getting dragged out holding a huge pair of scissors screaming, I just wanted some of his hair. Which is even funnier because he goes by Samson on Instagram. You just wanted to cut some of Samson's hair?
What's sad is that won't even be that's what I'll get accused of doing. You know, I'll have a pen. Because I want him, I want his autograph. He's got a knife. He's got his scissors. He's trying to drag. And they're going to drag me. It's not scissors. It's a freaking pen. Stop resisting. I'm like flailing like a fish, getting dragged by my left foot.
Well, at least you couldn't get shot, seeing as it's in the UK.
Yeah, you can get Chaplain EMO to give me some words of encouragement. Jeez. All right. So what else do we have? What is this? Ooh.
Oh, wait. On that last article, we didn't tell them how they could get their hands on it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Warhammer Day. On the 29th.
Yep. Go in.
Right.
It's any GW store, right?
Let's see here. Okay, so it's going to be available 29th. This new Funko Pop will only be available while stocks last in Warhammer and Game Workshop stores, and from GamesWorkshop.com. So I may just order mine.
Probably gonna order it online.
Yeah. And will first be available on Warhammer Day on the 29th of June. Duncan's made this handy video to give you some tips on painting your own, which I've seen that one. Actually, a really cool video. Yeah, man, that's just so cool.
Inquisitor Zane says, I see you trying to use it to make a paintbrush. Wouldn't that be amazing? These highlights were done by
Maybe channel some of that Sam Lentz magic.
Yep. Like, wow, how did you get such crisp highlights? Did you use sable hair? Even better. My paintbrush is made with 100% Sam Lentz hair.
Right.
All right, I think we've officially turned into the weird part of the internet now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, got candles on each side. Why is there a shrine in your nerd room? Nothing. All right, are we ready for the next thing?
Oh, I was muted for that.
Good job, sir.
I was saying, speaking of the weird part of the internet, welcome to the weird part of the internet, Shadowcat. Good morning.
God. All right. Let's see. All right. So the next thing is the rumor engine. See if I can find the darn. Yes, the rumor engine. So this is. Can we get what this is? What that is?
I can't tell.
You know what? It looks like
kind of vaguely orcish.
Yes, it does. I was gonna say it looks almost like the part of the axe, like how they have the rivets or the teeth coming out on the side.
Yeah.
So Yeah, this looks like it could be either a
Either
sword.
Orc or maybe AOS Chaos something. I'm not real sure.
Or maybe Warcry.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, it just looks a lot. It looks really orcish. I mean,
All right, as
does.
always, guys, we are often and frequently wrong on these Warhammer reviews.
thanks for
but-
busting our bubble there, Chaplain
You guys-
EMO.
Let us know what you think it is in the chat below. Also, actually, of all the wrong guesses we give, we actually have the right person in the chat that usually has the right answer. Though Archer has guessed the right answer on these many
Yeah,
times.
pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, we got the Arbites one right. Dang it.
Yep. You got the Arbites thing right. You got the time that it was the AdMech transport right. So
Yeah.
you have at least 2 guesses so far in my recollection.
Cool stuff. All right. What else we have here? Oh, okay. This is actually pretty cool because this just came out. So the Battle Sisters finally coming out in plastic.
I'm so pumped for this.
Really, really.
I need to
cool.
go back and see, and I don't even know if it's still in print. Sister Canoness Viridian or something like that. The plastic sister they came out with around the time that Gilliman came out. I need to go back and get that Canoness. So this is the first plastic sister available in the new line.
Yep.
However, the Canoness was the first one.
Amalia
Yeah.
Novena. Amalia Novena.
Yeah, we definitely. I need to get my hands on this model.
Yeah, it's a good model, dude. Yeah.
It's awesome, and what I'm really pleased with is the first sculpts they showed were very mannish looking faces, but this
Right.
one looks perfectly feminine.
Yeah.
Then some of the artwork they showed with this particular model at first, they went to flat chested armor because I guess there was a lot of complaints about boob armor. But that has always been part of the sisters aesthetic. So I'm glad they're not over exaggerated here, but I'm glad that the boobs do exist in some way, shape, or form there because it's always been. I'm not saying I needed it to be skimpily clad or anything, but it's always been part of the aesthetic. It's there in the armor again. So I'm glad they brought that back. And I know that there are plenty of scientific reasons why people will give me why boob armor doesn't work. There's actually a couple videos out there for scientific explanation on why boob armor does work, but either way, I just want it because it's part of the classic look of these sisters of battle.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with the boobs.
That bolter looks really, really detailed for some odd reason.
It looks what?
Really, really detailed for some odd reason. I don't know. They may just be me.
You say pink hair?
Now the bolter.
Where'd you get pink hair from?
Oh, I thought I'd heard it.
No. He said the bolter looks a lot more detailed. He says.
Oh. Of course, sometimes when I'm reading and trying to listen at the same time, I just hear weird stuff.
Good job. Good job, sir.
Yes, the Blanche one. What was the name of that Shadow Cat? Do you remember? I want to say Sister Canoness Viridian, something or other. Don't use drugs, Mythos. Okay, so funny thing about that, I had all day client meetings yesterday, and the gas station I was at, for some reason, did not stop when my tank was full. So I'm just standing there at the gas station. All of a sudden, it fountains out gasoline all over my nice boots. And so I'm pretty sure I was high on gas fumes yesterday, like all day during these client meetings. Who knows what I said?
Nice. Very nice.
I did pretty well. I mean, apparently I did pretty well in these meetings, though. So, I mean, maybe it was a performance enhancement. Anyways.
Oh, my God. So, anyway, this
Someone
is...
has to stop by the gas station right before a meeting. I don't know what's going on.
So this looks like it's going to be available also 29th for Warhammer.
Yep. And that is right in the middle of my Acon vacation.
Yeah.
So,
And
but I just may have to She said, "Don't ask me. I don't play with nuns with guns." That's fair. That's fair. I don't yet, but I really want to. Especially since one of the reasons why I really want to play Nuns with Guns is because we were playing this sci-fi game called Chronicles of the Stars that Roxas was running.
Yeah.
The one where I got shot in the back of the head. And my wife, who I was also romancing in the game, ended up playing by the end of the game what was a nun with a gun. So, it's very on theme for us. So anyways, yeah. So I may have to, since I'll be away on vacation, I may have to leave a few bucks with somebody I can trust to order me one while I'm out of town.
Okay.
Her past self was a nun with a gun. That's right, and she was able to tap into some of those abilities later on in the game. We did this whole past life, future life kind of thing. It was pretty interesting. Meet us a zombie, kill the zombie. Actually, in that game, we were kind of like in Borderlands style. We had a respawn system where we would just be cloned a new body that our consciousness would go into. So that's how that kind of worked.
I like that. That's actually a pretty cool mechanic.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool mechanic to in-game explain why we kept respawning when we died.
I like that because that you don't have to create a new character sheet. It's
Right.
like it's pretty cool. Makes it a little more fun. I like that. I really want to play Dresden. Oh my god, I want to play Dresden.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm on deadbeats right now, dude.
Roxas has been wanting to run the game, so I'll definitely let you know whenever we finally get started back up in our campaign.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm burning through the books.
We are, unfortunately, we're really far along in the campaign, and some of the characters have become essential characters to the storyline. So our problem is getting all the people who directly affect the storyline together. I mean, there's always plenty of times where you go into an RP and one or two people can't make it, but like when you're in a storyline arc that's all about this character, it's hard to carry on without those people.
I'll come in as Mouse. I don't care. I'll be Mouse. I'll be the dog.
This is saying that for you, I was just saying that's why we've gone I think almost a year now without playing. It's just because trying to get the right personnel together. All right, is that all of our news for the evening, my brother?
That is it, man. What we got?
Cool. All right, so one of the things we talked about earlier in the evening, normally after the news is where we would go into our Elstonation 100% True Facts.
Yep.
And this week, I don't have a numbered fact for you because we have the creator of the 100% True Elstonation Facts here with us.
The founder.
And what was cool is that Elstonation dropped in on the chat, and I made a comment about how fast Elstonation paints up the Elstonation paints up his armies and stuff like that in his commissions. And Archer here started mentioning a couple of Chuck Norris style 100% True Facts, and then we just it just spun off and became its own life form. And
it's
now
a thing now.
every week part of it. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the show every week.
It's a thing.
So, and then what was really cool is when I got to go on the show. We got to talk about it on Chilling War Games with Elstonation, getting to talk about it and seeing the amusement on Elstonation's face, as we went over the Elstonation 100% True Facts. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Hell Works by Hellchild. What up, my brother?
What's going on, Thomas?
What's up, Thomas?
Shadowcat says, trust the computer. The computer is your friend. Roxy says, never trust the computer. It will betray you.
So true.
I can't let you do that, Dave.
Oh, God. Should we play that back, Mythos?
That's up to you, my brother.
I mean, yeah. Let's give him some encouragement, Thomas. My brother, you need some encouragement, bro. Look at Brian. No, God, no. All right, guys. Again, Here we are with Chaplain EMO. We're just going to go straight to it, guys. Words of encouragement of the day.
Many of you have been clamoring for encouragement. Allow me to give you some encouragement.
There you go. Chaplain EMO dispensing some indiscriminate encouragement. Yeah, it's like, who gave this guy a gun? He should not have a gun. Oh my god. Oh. Sorry, guys. I accidentally, I don't know why I carried through, but I accidentally turned off the desktop audio.
Oh,
Dang it.
So sorry. I'm sorry. I'm cracking up laughing listening to you guys because it was funny, and I look like the doofus because I'm laughing at nobody.
hey, good night, Al Kirkham. Good to see you, my man. Have you played the West End Games version where the players find a tactical nuke grenade? I have not.
What? Tactical nuke grenade? That's interesting.
That's pretty interesting. Why is he miming? We fixed that.
Sorry. Sorry.
Need more encouragement. Go sorry.
Kids these days need more encouragement. Y'all are just soft. I like these things the same.
I agree. And you know what? Chaplain EMO agrees as well.
In the most brutal way possible.
Exactly. Yes, you did. Yes, Hellchild. You missed a lot of salt.
He had a pretty good rage dump earlier.
He unloaded. It was like, you know what? There was no build-up. There was no crescendo. It was like, just flat out. Boom.
I do have a little more sodium coming after the news and after our Ulster Nation True Facts. But it is just one of my age-old complaints. I just saw something that reignited it. So I'm not going to go too salty tonight. I do just want to bring it up.
I didn't do a single poop joke. What are you fussing about? I didn't. Come on, man. Jeez. Cut me a little slack. Don't get mad at me.
Not at you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said poop jokes. Poop.
Anyway, so Archer, my man, what do you have for us this week?
Yes, because you'll have to read it because we don't have it on here.
Okay, so you guys remember the TV show from the late 80s, early 90s, MacGyver?
Yes.
Yes.
So MacGyver can build an airplane out of gum and paper clips. Else the nation can paint it in one brushstroke.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I knew it.
And probably less time than it took MacGyver to build it, too.
Yep, pretty
You're
much.
not wrong.
Right. And everything, not with a paintbrush, but with a paper clip.
Or as we recently
With a tuft of Sam Lintz's hair. No way.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys realize that's going to become a thing on the show now, right? Every once in a while, we're just Sam Lynch.
All right, Inquisitor Zane, man, he's off the rails, dude.
Wow. Oh wow!
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Oh wow! I'm not even going to read that one because the CIA might really be listening.
You know, I mean, the NSA does weird crap sometimes. You never know.
There's this one guy that always keeps listening in on our conversation.
It's like, what the hell are these people on?
Oh my god. So there you go. There's your 100% true Elstonation fact. Straight from Brother Archer.
Man, for a second there, I thought I broke my power sword off my sergeant here, and then I realized I just blue tacked it on so I could paint it.
Oh, dude. That. So you had the oh crap moment, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, did I actually break this? No.
Right.
Oh, this is blue tech. Okay.
Okay.
For
So Hero Brian just lightened it back up by saying that Chaplain EMO could be Teacher Ice-T.
I can see that.
Maybe. But
he's
I don't know,
just
Chaplain
not.
seems a lot more brutal than that.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a little more, like 50 Cent. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's not take it to the hood.
Did you not hear the gunshots? Did you not hear the poor guy screaming in the background?
Weapons operate in places other than the hood.
In his body count days, yeah.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
All right, so one thing I wanted to, I'm only going to bring it up briefly. Again, it is something I already bring up frequently on the show, and so I am going to try and quit my bitching. It's just I just happened to see it in a couple of battle reports this week. I couldn't help but notice, and of course, this person is a news. I'm not going to name drop the channel or whatever, because if anyone hasn't seen this battle report yet, or any of these battle reports I'm about to describe, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But I was watching a battle report with someone who is new to Space Wolves. And of course, he should have used his hard-hitting melee units in his army much better. But the fact of the matter is, Land Raider's my other ride. I love it. Is that they were facing off against Matarian. And in just one turn of Matarian and Typhus, wiped out 3 squads of troops. Okay, a whole freaking battalion. A whole freaking battalion. Wow, I said
I'm waiting for Lily to come around here. Where is it? Oh my god!
Congratulations!
I honestly, as I was saying it in my brain, I was saying frickin', and just the salt just came out in pure
You were.
in pure unfiltered form. Anyways, yeah, in one turn, he and Typhus took out a whole 3 troops, a whole freaking battalion worth of troops, and the hardest hitting units, a cavalry squad and a wolfen squad, just dropped them to nothing. And so, I mean, just wiped out, like, I mean, basically all the fighting parts of the army right there in one turn. The person had no choice but to take the only other hard-hitting unit, a Wolf Lord, and try and hide it behind a piece of terrain for the rest of the game. And I say, if you're going to have a Wolf Lord just hiding the whole game, you might as well let him die. That's not what a Wolf Lord's supposed to do. If you have a cowardly Wolf Lord, you're doing the game wrong. I'm sure that's playing the objectives and playing smart, but I mean, that's not what a Wolf Lord's supposed to do.
So just kind of nerd for a second. So Wolf Lord was kind of pillar humping?
What?
Making a WoW reference, his Wolf Lord was pillar humping, kind of like in PvP where they'll put a pillar between them and try to keep out of line of sight.
Pretty much.
Yep. Also, an extra 10 DKP for the WoW reference.
Woo!
By the way, Brian, I love that movie. I'm gonna get you, sucker. That was a good flick. No. Yeah, it's a hood movie. You wouldn't.
Hey, Inquisitor Zane, because you said, well, didn't you hear the gunshots? He must be in the hood. I said that, weapons operate somewhere other than the hood. He said, didn't you know firearms physically cannot leave the hood?
Not wrong. I was working in the hood today. Heard gunshots.
Playing smart is not what the Wolf Lord is supposed to do. Thank you, Roxas. Thank you. I know that was probably a backhanded compliment, but yes. He should be living in the glory of battle. So yeah, anyway, so I mean, and I wasn't super salty. Again, the wolf player could have played better, but they are new to wolves, right? And you cannot play wolves like their other armies are Tyranids and Eldar, and of course you cannot play them with the same strategies as Eldar and Tyranids. So I'm not super mad. Motarian is supposed to be powerful, but what it did make me think was, man, that was so powerful. It took all the best units in our codex and nullified them in one turn. Okay, and what that made me think was back to my age-old complaint of we are 2 years at this point now. Actually, I am being a little dramatic. August will officially, but still, August is not far off. August will officially make 2 years of 2-1 in Primarch battle. And I mean, at first they were coming out pretty consistently, announced every 6 months. And we are a far cry from that right now. So like I said, while I would love the wolf, I will take anyone at this point. I'll take Jagatai. By the way, part of my hobby update this week is I recently I'm reading Scars right now from the Horse Harris novel. Wow, if I hadn't picked wolves, I feel like White Scars would have been my next calling. Holy crap, they're so good.
Yeah.
They are so good. Anyways,
Have you read Path of Heaven that also features White Scars? Holy crap.
I definitely want to read that one soon too. I'm still not quite done with Scars yet, but that one is on my to-do list. Wasn't Lehman Rush a genius tactician? Yes. And while Russ was, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the Wolf Lords and stuff underneath him, the Jarls, are all about the glory of battle and battle lust. Most of his sons don't follow in his path with that same genius tactician mindset. That's one of the things that makes Ragnar so important in that universe is because he is actually a Wolf Lord that doesn't look for glory, and his mind stays in the tactical side of things. He's known as a great thinker, and having that tactical mindset and not letting his battle lust take over is one of the things that separates him from the other wolves. So that is why he is the youngest king in the Space Wolf traditions, and it's one of the reasons why, even though he is one of the more recently inducted Wolf Lords, he is allegedly on the path to become the next great wolf. Shooting in the hood comes with poor marksmanship. That's one of the things I think about whenever somebody poses their Space Marines with the sideways pistol.
Oh my god!
You can't shoot people with them. You can pop a cap with someone, but you cannot physically shoot someone with a firearm. Aren't they supposed to be clones? Aren't who supposed to be clones? I've forgotten what's going on here.
Squirrel.
You ain't right, freak. Hey, that's true. It's all those people holding the gun sideways trying to look against. Oh, Archer's already on top of it. Shooting sideways gives you a +4 accuracy. What are you talking about?
Oh my god! It reminds me of don't drink. What is it? Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood.
Drinking your juice in the hood. Yep.
They start shooting in the.
Babe, I told you that was a real movie title. Freak, what's the name of that movie?
Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood. It's a real thing. Hurry up and buy. Kids, what do you say when you meet a nice man? Are you my daddy?
About time.
I'm gonna get an asthma
All right. So,
attack.
anyways, yeah, at this point, I'll take any price. I'll take Jagatai. I'll take the Lion. I mean, as long as he comes back loyal. I'll take any of the loyalist Primarchs at this point. I want heck if they decided to. Actually, I think it'd be cool if they brought back Ferris in a Dreadnought. I mean, he's dead. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, he's dead. Like no chance of even like retconning him back.
He's so dead. He's dead in other realities too. By the way, if 20-year-old spoiler if you haven't read that yet. But yeah, he dead. But yeah, I mean, people have made the theory before that what if he comes back in a big ass dreadnought? I would say even if one-handed Dorn comes back, but actually, with some of the healing abilities I've been reading about in Horus Heresy, I mean, it's even possible that after 10,000 years he could come back, having grown another hand. So you never know.
Yeah, pretty much.
With a pain glove on it.
Yep. I can pick my nose twice as hard.
Man, if he does come back, though, we all talked about how, Gilliman must be throwing a fit in this new society he's returned to. How much would Dorn release a new Tau Primarch? Mythos murders me. Yeah, what I was saying is how pissed off would Dorn come back and seeing that like half of his own force has gone on and created the most religious chapter, the Black Templars, and
I don't think he'd be able to restrain him.
I mean, he would, because he was really pissed when he found out that his first captain, was even entertaining the thought of the Emperor protects, right?
Yep.
And he went so far as to say, you are not my son. Basically disowning
Disowned him, yeah.
his first
Good job,
captain.
Sigmund. You useless crap.
Yeah, so and that was just for entertaining the thought of the Divinitarum. If he come back and found how a whole, sector of his sons took up his duty to become religious fanatical warriors, I definitely feel like his feelings would be hurt.
He would not just be pissed. He would be super pissed.
Super pissed. You guys think he would kill his own sons?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. He may even start a whole new chapter. I don't know. He's just
Well, I think he could probably
very rigid.
temper the Imperial Fists and the Crimson Fists. I think just the Black Templars of his order, he might do away with, or disband or something like that. Crap, I'm going to have to read these books so I know what the heck Mythos is talking about. I definitely recommend Audible, my brother, especially if you do a lot of driving like I do. When I started driving I would say I'm on the road a good 20 hours a week now for my job. And I was on the road even more of that. I was on the road a total of 5 hours a day when I lived at the farm. Audible, and not sponsored. Audible, I kept listening to the audiobooks and cranking out these books, on the 5 hours a day of driving. And man, it really has helped me get through the books. And now I'm hooked. Now I feel like if I'm in the car, I got to have Horus Heresy on.
Yeah, I understand that. Back when I was satellite, I was driving probably 2 or 3 hours every day. I would do something similar. Like I listened from Horus Rising all the way to Master of Mankind.
Nice.
Like all, just driving back and forth every day.
That's awesome. I'm about 28 books in myself, but I'm catching up. Roxer says his feelings hurt equals he murders the lot of them. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Nothing like the feel of book in your hands. You're definitely right, my brother. The only thing is that while there is that good feeling of having paper in your hands, you have to set aside time to read that way. But the thing is, with an audio book, you can do that while doing something else. Especially a partially autopilot task like driving. So
I think that's what he's talking about. Reading an actual physical book while driving. That's old school.
That would go over well.
Keep your eyes on the road, kids. Don't listen to Uncle Freak.
Wait, why me? I did not endorse that.
And then I said, he said, nothing beats the feel of an old school book in your hands. At Quizzer's Aid, except the feel of a book. That's the best feeling.
Through that.
Handling some of that Chaplain EMO up there.
Yeah, Freak drinks paint and Mythos does drugs. Where did I get drugs? I'm the brother.
I think you switched it, man. He does the paint thing. I probably do the meth. I don't know. Right, gasoline. True. There you go. Gas fumes. Well, you had to qualify that, man. Oh my god.
But I only use performance enhancing drug gas fumes, apparently.
Right.
Oh, okay. Got to keep it at least somewhat on the legal side.
Oh, man. I used to love that. That was a great show.
Hair.
Knight Rider.
Heard pink hair one time, and all of a sudden I'm on drugs. Okay, in my defense, though, if you ever seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, pink hair can be hot. Just saying.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World is one of my favorite movies.
I have not seen it yet. I've seen little bits and pieces.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out.
There's the lovely Lily.
Thank you. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. No. Freak does not endorse the use of illicit drugs. Don't listen to this, kids. Don't listen to Inquisitor Zane.
Because Freak told me to.
I do the drugs because Freak told me to. Quote from the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Roxas says, I am in lesbians with you.
God, I hate these people.
The L word, lesbian? Other L word, lesbians?
Definitely a reference.
Such a great video, such a great movie.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Embracing. Is that
Okay,
like
just before you go into it, know that what you're going to be watching is over the top, crazy. I don't really understand what's going on kind of comedy.
Yeah, it makes all sorts of pop culture references.
Yeah,
makes video game references. All kinds of craziness.
If you go into it without that mindset, you're like, "What the hell did they tell me?"
Well, I mean, the one movie my kids have been trying. Well, they got me to watch it, and I lost it. It was. Oh, of course, I'm going to draw a blank on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, then I'm gonna have to ask her. Anyway, it was just super dumb. Oh,
if Nina was in the chat right now, she could tell us.
Oh yeah, she would tell us in a heartbeat. God, what is the name of that freaking movie?
I put the stuff in my nose because Freak said it would make me a true servant.
And I'm sure he'll have a t-shirt with my face doing this. Freak says.
They're gonna make a meme of you now, Freak.
Right. Freak says to take drugs.
In the back of that T-shirt's going to say "Get freaky."
Oh, man. It was something about the kid who was on a trying to be like Evil Knievel. God, what is the name of that stupid movie? Anyway, he was just a putz kid, and he was trying to impress people, and he wanted to do the most impressionable thing, which is actually jump, use a motorcycle and jump over a bunch of cars or whatever, and he was just a dumb movie. Let me get my phone.
It's gonna bother you, and you're gonna Google it.
It is. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, it's driving me absolutely. You know what? I could just ask.
I remember seeing that movie advertised, but I never actually saw the movie myself.
Yeah, it was just. I was like, what am I watching? It was just that dumb. I'll ask Nina Chick.
Ghost Rider.
Close.
Close, not hashtag close, but not close.
It. Jump.
All right. So,
Where were we?
I sealed up the D&D model while we were here.
Oh.
And so I just grabbed whatever was the closest project to hand. The towel I'm going to need my airbrush for, and I didn't want to just crank up the airbrush with everybody on the microphone. So I'm just kind of putting some layers in on my Primaris that I started like 18 weeks ago. Did the leather bits, now doing the black rubber bits.
Okay. Hot rod.
Hot rod.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Is the stream lagging, or am I lagging because of the drugs that Freak sold me?
Wait, now I'm distributing them?
Yes.
First you endorsed it and made it okay.
Possession with intent to distribute.
Which gives you motive for telling everyone that it's okay.
God, night.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs bad, okay? Alcohol, it's bad, okay?
I have decided to paint all of these straps underneath the harness of the intercessors, adding, this is probably retarded of me because I'm probably
Don't call me names.
Brush time now.
I got you trying to fit in a little extra hobby time during our chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially since I've been on the road all week, not getting in any paint time this week, I was actually really looking forward to live stream time so that way I could get in some painting.
Right.
Oh, not only was I on the road a lot this week, but this week also, you guys remember some of you remember a battle report I did with my brother-in-law Hunter and his lovely wife, Lily's sister, just had twins this week. Shout out to them.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful baby boys. And check this out. Twin boys named Ronan and Phoenix.
Cool
So that's
names.
pretty awesome. So major congrats to
Absolutely.
Hunter and his lovely wife.
That's awesome.
Is this their first children, or they have other kids?
Nope, this is their first, so they are just jumping into the deep end of the pool.
Well,
Awesome.
Congratulations. You're not going to have sleep anymore.
Nope.
Yep.
You're done.
Nope, I sent them a message saying, welcome to a world of no sleep, empty bank accounts, but
And
the
no
most amazing
more
sleep.
nookie.
Yeah, the radar.
Yep.
The radar is real.
Well, what else you got on Lethos?
Oh, right. I completely got off the rate. No, I did talk about how I just wanted a low Primarch, and I'm not going to beat
Kind of
that.
chase a rabbit.
I'm not going to beat that dead horse, but I do want it to happen at some point. I just the sheer amount of power that went into the plays by that Primarch was impressive, but man, I just can't believe they can do that twice, especially with as many battle reports that I see doubling up Magnus and Matari, and I'm like, we can't do that. And I've heard some people say the theory that it's always meant to be just Gilliman because he's not there as a loyal Primarch, he's there as the stand-in for the Emperor. But if that was meant to be,
right?
If there was only ever supposed to be the one, then he should not just be a buffer Ultramarines. You know what I'm saying?
So this is interesting. So Brian is going nuts and like, Mythos, put the brush down, focus, man. All right, let me tell you something about Mythos. We're playing D&D, right? It's 4 of us, 5 including the DM, and we are hot and heavy in the middle of a game, and all this stuff is going on, and he's doing this. What he's doing right there, just got his paintbrush in one hand, he's got his head down, and we're like, okay. And then the DM goes, all right, go ahead and roll for initiative. Everybody's rolling. Mythos stops, rolls, like does not miss a beat. And then he goes right into the next thing he's going to do. Like he's methodical about every little thing that he's doing, and he's still freaking painting. Like, okay, I have to stop, put stuff aside, and say, I'm sorry, what were we doing? So, like, I don't know how he does it. And yet, and even better yet, he's at the end of everything, he still has the recollection to be able to write it. To actually pen all of the happenings of our adventure into, a blog.
That's always the way I've been. My form of ADD, I focus better when I'm doing multiple things at the same time. Freeing up or using occupying the idle parts of my mind.
That's music for me, and yours it's funny. You use art. Yeah, it works.
Hey, my man, welcome to the chat. How are you today, sir? He says, did Contrast get released today? And there is so much Contrast content out, and we are definitely hoping to get some Contrast content out this weekend ourselves.
As a matter of fact, Brother Archer actually got to play around with some of the Contrast paints.
Yep.
My local guy loves me a little bit and went ahead and let me have some today. Mostly, I've just been playing with some of the colors. Their reds are really good. Their blacks are really good. The yellow, I'm kind of disappointed with, honestly.
I've been seeing too. Yeah. Now let me ask you this: we were watching Wargamer Online, and he was doing one of red, and it seemed like the red got washed out. That there was not a whole lot of contrast with the red. That it didn't really separate between the highlight and the shades.
Especially the dark red.
Yeah. How did you see it on yours?
The dark red seems to do it more, but I've got just a little Mark IV Marine here primed up with Blood Angels red, and it seems to show me highlights and shade pretty well.
Okay, so definitely stick with the Blood Angel red, and the Flesh Tearers red is not as vibrant or not as easy to show the shadows and contrast, huh?
The Flesh Tearers red will show the shadows, but it won't show the highlight as well in comparison.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, we saw, and of course, it could have just been the way it showed up on camera, but
He was
flush
highlighted
hair.
on gray. He was highlight or not. I'm sorry, highlight. He was he had a gray primer on his.
Yeah, the sear gray.
Right.
Um, the, yeah, the flushed hair is red. Just, I mean, it was the only paint that they were using where you couldn't see the differences in the different individual scales.
Right. Right.
By the way, if you get a chance, definitely I would like to recommend people go over to Wargamer Online and
Yep.
check out that, because I think that is a really, really good showing of what the contrast paints do in the hands of a novice. So this was, Rachel from Wargamer Online, phenomenal personality, great part of their channel.
Yep.
Always said that, and she's got a great mind for tournament play, but never said she'd never ever painted her own models. And she
Wow.
took that
Yep.
step to do it today using contrast paint.
She was just cranking them out. I mean, she was like, she had done like 10 or 11 of them in just a matter of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Just the one thing you've got to remember with this, with the contrast, it's more akin to a wash, and you've got to make sure you absolutely glove it on. Otherwise, like with on this flesh tear's leg, I don't know if you can necessarily see it.
Yeah, I see
but
that splotch.
Yeah, that'll go splotchy on you if you don't absolutely glove it on.
And what a couple of our friends we've seen do is get some of the medium and thin out their contrast paints too much. And of course, going in with the scientific theory of how the contrast works is it has a shrinking self-leveling effect, right? And what we've heard from multiple people is if you thin it too much, what happens is there's just not enough material and it starts shrinking.
And not enough to stretch it across.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it rips some of those holes in. So that's a good thing for everybody to remember going into using contrast paints.
Nice.
All right. So overall, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's going to add anything to your paint table? Do you think it's going to be a tool in the belt?
For some of the specialized stuff, like for flesh and like maybe parchment or maybe even leather, and I could see using it pretty consistently. Maybe for some of the special effects stuff, like you use the glaze for plasmas or power weapons or that kind of thing. So, buddy of mine has the Aethermatic glue and did it over the wraith bone, and it turned out to like a really awesome looking plasma effect.
That sounds pretty cool.
But all in all, maybe for doing line troops, for I'm doing, just a crap ton of tactical marines or whatever, but probably not a whole heck of a lot, really. I mean, in all honesty.
Right on. So just a specialized, a very specialized technical
it's
paint.
definitely another tool, but it just doesn't achieve a lot of the same effects that just regular paint does.
Good to know. Real good to know. I did watch Travis Reeves' video about the alternatives, and that looked pretty cool. The Imperial Fist he did actually had a really good look to it. It definitely is more of a, like, I could see myself, going for that kind of look, but I could definitely see where some people it may have a more monocolored effect than they're looking for. Because it was just the one note of yellow, whereas at least the contrast paints has it where it shades down to an orangey color. There's a transition of colors, but overall the water-based paint that he used still came out looking great. So if you haven't seen it, like you said, there is a not necessarily cheap, but there is a different alternative that from a video done by Travis Reeves. You can check that out.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I think this is what's gonna happen, and it's already happening. It's definitely giving more motivation and encouragement to those who have never painted to get some models on the table that are not gray. I think it's a great way to do that. I think it's a fantastic, and then it just like for you, you're gonna, and I'm the same way. I'm not gonna paint large scale models with just contrast paints. I just won't do it. I have my own way of doing things.
Yeah.
I'm still I've gotten getting my niche on certain ways of doing this. So I think what I can do is I can complement it on smaller scale models. I can continue to do my zenithal effect and all that, and I'm going to try that. I'm going to get some of those paints, and I'm going to actually do that and see how it turns out, because I did see somebody do a non-metallic paint scheme on legs, right? And
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
yeah, it just looks amazing. And basically, he did the same thing like I did with my lieutenant, the shading on the side, the bright white down the center, and instead of using an airbrush, he went with the contrast paint. And I'm like, holy cow, that
Yeah.
looks really good. I can see that, but it's kind of the combination of having those two techniques, right? I think that may work out. Who knows? I think it's just going to accent it, so we'll see. It'll be really cool.
I agree. I could see myself using, and again, I haven't had my chance to play with it yet, but I could see myself using contrast to lay down, my primary color. But I feel like I would still want to go in and do my additional highlights, my details, pick out everything else with traditional colors.
So Zane, it tastes terrible. If you've ever tasted Seraphim Sepia, it's kind of like that, except not quite as bitter.
Well, that's a big turnoff, isn't it? I mean, Mythos is sucking down paint right now, so.
I know, and I'm using this jet black that I love to use. It's a matte jet black from Apple Barrel, and it's got a very alcohol-y taste, and I don't like it. But
I don't want it. I don't want it.
But
I don't want it. Why
but I
do
gotta
I
say,
feel
it is
funny?
the best, mattest black I've ever worked with. So I
Yeah.
keep using it, even though it tastes disgusting. I suffer for my art.
Don't we all?
Take one for the team, bro. Brother Dave Dodge says, by the way, for your Space Marines, do you do all of them zenithal, or do you use the traditional heavy metal paint scheme of base, wash, edge, highlighting, and detail? That's actually a good question. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't get over this guy. Anyway, so I started doing the heavy metal paint scheme way, but when I first started out, but with airbrushing, I just do the zenithal. I think I'm still fine tuning my my method. So it's taking me a little time, but I think the way I'm doing it is zenithal over the primer, and then going with the base coat, and then touching it up from there. So
I very similarly. I go in pretty much all zenithal. I do washes, and depending on my highlights, if I feel like I just stay away from the recesses with my highlighting and do a very natural recess shade, then sometimes I don't even feel like I need the recess shade of a wash. More often, I use the older Kenny Boucher method, where I'll gloss wash and then or I'll gloss coat and then gloss
pin
wash on
washing,
top of
yeah.
that, double gloss for that pin washing effect. That's my favorite because it doesn't leave the staining behind, which is the
Right.
only part of washing I don't love. So often I'll do that. And then a lot of if I'm doing a commission, I'll often do edge highlights on a Marine. If I'm doing my own stuff, going to be honest, most of that time is just my own stuff is just going to be a dry brush highlight.
Right. The same here.
Personally, I usually do the heavy metal face wash, edge highlight, details. I only really do real heavy edge highlighting if it's going to be like a special unit or like a command element of some sort. Most of the time, I'll just do a light dry brush for highlights. And then I'm a huge fan of the Kenny Boucher Ancient Chinese Secret, throwing down the gloss, and then, more or less getting the pin washing that way.
Yeah.
You off to bed, baby? Love you, baby.
Love you too.
Night.
Good night.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah, very good.
I'm going kind of jumping back to the topic we were at before with the contrast paints. I could see them being very useful for like horde armies, or like NIDs, or orcs, or AOS like zombies.
Tyranids would be great for that. Yeah, horde army, Tyranids. We got to do a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, these models that actually have a lot of these contours and recesses, and it's perfect for that.
Oh yeah, Seraphon is definitely a good choice for them.
Like Plague Bearers, Foxwalkers, they probably work real well.
Yep.
Yep.
And orcs have a lot of nooksy crannies, would be perfect for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious to try my Ultramarines with the contrast. I'm a little worried though because I've already painted up my first 5 intercessors, and I'm afraid to try it because I'm like, what if I like it? Then I'll have an entire army that looks great, and then one squad that looks great but doesn't look like the other squads, and it's always going to bother me. And every time I look at my army, I'm going to hear in my head, "Hey, little boy, you can't go where the others go because you don't look like they do."
Good old Bruce Hornsby.
That's just the way it is. So yeah, that's what always pops in my head. Is like they have to match. So yep, that's something I'm going to work on though. It's something actually a little project I want to do is try out. Start with maybe my ultras, then maybe move on to my space wolves, and who knows, maybe paint up every legion with contrast colors. And not saying I do 100% contrast, but the way I would use them, contrast for say the primary color, and then do the details with traditional paints, and just see how I like how each legion looks. I think that might make a pretty good series. Something like contrast chapters or legions or something.
Agreed.
That'd be pretty neat.
I think
that'd be pretty neat.
And heck, it might be, who knows, I might find something I like even more than doing ultras, while I'm here at the beginning. Like I said, I've been reading about White Scars lately, and I'm like, man, I feel like this really hit my Asian heritage, reading about the White Scars. I really almost wish I'd gone with this as a first army. Although, can you imagine how pissed I would be trying to start with a white armored army as my first army?
Oh, God. It's like table flip kind of.
It's actually probably pretty good I didn't start with them, because who knows, I may not have made it this far in my hobby.
Possibility.
I'm not saying I would have given up, but I have said before on this channel that one of Mythos' psychological weaknesses is Mythos must be immediately good at something or else he loses interest.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's true. Mythos does like to talk about himself in third person, but I wouldn't say that's a psychological weakness. All right, guys. So here we are. My next army will have to be Necrons. What?
How do you go from Necrons to dessert?
Table flip, not Mythos the Pure. Roxas is right. That is not an action of Mythos the Pure. All right, guys. So we are pretty much out of topics for the night, and it is about time for us to wrap up. So we're going to start wrapping things up. And if you guys have anything that you would like us to answer, just let us know down in the comments below. But Archer, do you have anything you'd like to say before we wrap up for the evening?
Thanks for having me. It's been an experience.
It's been great having you on, my man. You definitely fit right in with our I would say chemistry here, but honestly, I mean, you're part of our everyday chat. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, I mean, he does it.
The chaplain can assist you with your weakness.
Wow.
This guy gets him.
With a bolt around to the back of the head.
Some eat to live, some live to eat. Otherwise, we'd get along.
I could definitely do brownies with ice cream.
That reminds me of the volcano cake that you used to be able to get at Rainforest Cafe.
Man.
Oh man, that's one of the things my wife and I had on our honeymoon, and it was fantastic.
Dang it, freaking Inquisitor Zane. No, it's not. That's
Remember, kids, Freak endorses the use of warp dust, specifically when used alongside. Remember, if you want Freak to be your local dealer, just let us know down in the comments below.
Right?
I don't think so.
All right, guys, we really appreciate everyone who was part of the conversation tonight. Brother Brian, Brother Inquisitor Zane. Of course, Roxas has been in the chat tonight. Awesome being a champ.
Yeah, man.
We had Dave here in the chat hitting us up with some really awesome and serious
Good questions, man.
Comments and questions. Definitely helping keeping us on hobby topic, because it's amazing how easily we go off topic for the hobby. Shadow Cat in the chat. Dark Light Dreamer was in the chat, being a boss as always. Brother Thomas, we had Hellworks by Hellchild here.
Yep.
Brother Meeks was in the chat. Thank you, Brother Meeks. And I hope you got to see where we were showing off some of your amazing work. X Gear Commander was in the chat.
Some promoting Inquisitor Zane.
Right.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen Inquisitor Zane yet, go check out. Obagon the Outcast. We had a whole Primarch here in the chat. Fire Breathing Duck we had in the chat. So definitely, Brother Darby is awesome, and he does a lot of tournament play. Definitely go check out his channel. Especially, he's a good competitive player. All right, and I think that was everyone. Very serious questions. Now I ask, what purple is best for the tights of a Slanesh Keeper of Secrets?
Hex-Lycan from Vallejo Game Air. Game Color.
Hex-Lycan, very, very awesome color. And my favorite thing to highlight that up with is, honestly, it's funny because a lot of people wouldn't think to put this with it. But if you highlight Hex-Lycan, like I do with my Admech up to a
like a fuchsia almost?
Magenta fluoro purple. Fluoro, or magenta fluoro. This color with the Hex-Lycan, fantastic together.
Yeah.
Haha, they know without even thinking about it. So, yep. You guys rock. Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak rock. This guy is painting up a mass horde of orcs. Go check out Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak. Men with Tights. All right, guys. It has been a beautiful experience having you all on tonight. Definitely. Brother Archer, where can they find you on the Instagrams and the Facebooks?
I don't really do a lot of any of that, in all honesty. I just like to play the game and paint.
Right on. You can find him once in a while in your War Gamers Unification group. So you can sometimes find him there. And really appreciate having you on tonight, my brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. If you liked tonight's show, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. If you guys are watching back on the replay, then drop us down some comments below and be part of the conversation, because conversations with you guys, chatting with this amazing hobby community, is our favorite part of what we do. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to this channel, then Fricalicioso, Archer over there, or over there, somewhere.
Over there. No, the other one.
And of course, this guy would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys. Stay frosty.
Frosty.
True.